our data in terms of both security and privacy.
So in 2023, it has been a very eventful year for Supreme Court. If I ask you personally, your personal choice, I mean, so many important judgments were delivered this year by Supreme Court. If you can name one or two, which you think these judgments may be authored by you or somebody else, whom you think that these judgments can have an impact on the society?
Well, it's a difficult question to answer. Every judgment, even if it is in a seemingly individual case, has an impact on society. Because while judges decide individual cases, the law which they lay down impacts upon society. So when we decide cases, the outcome of those cases redefines our vision of a just society for the future. Now, having said that, I may have some of my own favorites. I may be criticized for being partisan to them, but technology is very close to my heart. So one of my favorite cases is something related to technology, which was Sarvesh Mathur versus the Registrar General, where we have issued a slew of directions to the High Courts to ensure that there is a greater incorporation of technology in the working of the High Courts. For instance, we issued one direction to the effect that access to video conferencing facilities shall not be denied to any citizen or to any lawyer. So, for instance, no High Court will say that only people above the age of 65 can access video conferencing, because the object of technology is to make it broad-based and inclusive. We also directed that links to the video conferencing facilities should be provided in the cause lists by various High Courts. A slew of directions have been issued in Sarvesh Mathur. I've also been dealing recently about a case, the All India Judges Association case, which deals with upgrading the conditions of service of our district judiciary, which to my mind is very critical, because it is only when we provide dignified conditions of work to our civil judges, the civil judge at the lowest level, the junior civil judges, the senior civil judges, the additional district and sessions judges, and then of course the district judges and thereafter above, that we can provide a truly responsive judiciary, attract the right kind of talent. There are some very interesting commercial cases which are not favorites, as I would say, but cases which I would like to, at least one of those cases I'd like to mention, which is the recent judgment of the 7-judge bench on whether arbitration agreements which are not stamped can be looked at when a reference is made under Section 11 for the appointment of an arbitrator. Now, that judgment has not just dealt with the narrow issue of stamping, but it has dealt with the whole arbitration universe. Or, for instance, when we laid down in a constitution bench the group of companies doctrine, that was the Cox and King's judgment. The group of companies doctrine had to be looked at in a very nuanced perspective. Pitchforking India, not just as a domestic jurisdiction, but as a nation which is now increasingly looking overseas, beyond borders, as Indian business goes out and foreign business entities come in to India for the purpose of carrying on business and for promoting investment. So some of these cases in that sense, which may not exactly be the cases which the media reports, are cases which are going to reshape the future of the nation in so many which ways. And therefore, I thought I should mention some of them as well.
So now, let me ask you a very crucial question about the Collegium system. People might have been asking you this time and again, but this time when Justice Kaul retired, this issue has again been raised. Do you think that this is the best system of appointment of judges that we have? Or what is your personal opinion? How can it be made more transparent, and can we have a better alternative? What is your opinion?
Well, as Chief Justice of India, I'm bound by the Constitution and I'm bound by the law which has been laid down by my own court interpreting the Constitution. And we have the Collegium system for the appointment of judges, which has been now a part of our jurisprudence since 1993. And therefore, that is a system which we implement. But having said that, it is equally our duty as present members of the Collegium system to make it more transparent, to make it more objective. And we have taken steps, decisive steps in that regard, which I'd like to share with you. one of the steps which we took